I want to transition to some of the interior guys, but there's a couple tackle prospects like Graham Barton, Troy Fontanu from Washington, who could play. Graham Barton's been described as a 5-position player, that he could play anywhere. Fontanu is a guy. Yeah, so where do you think these guys are? A lot of people like Barton as a center. Where do you like Graham Barton and Troy Fontanu?
I like Graham Barton as a guard because I think he possesses the athletic ability to be really good in the NFL at guard, not a tackle. And I think putting a football into his hands so soon into the NFL may be problematic for him because that's a hard job to take on. I do think we're about to get to a level in the NFL where we are about to go back to big on big, meaning the smaller guys are probably going to take a little bit of a back seat and it's going to be more of a run game in the NFL. So I'd much rather see him be good at what he does and that's ball out of his hand, moving guys around when it comes to his specialty. Because you look at his tape, he moves the entire side of the ball sometimes. I mean, the entire side of the defensive line sometimes. And I love that about his game. He has a little bit of lean in his push at times, but his footwork is good. He moves side to side well enough. He just leans a little bit sometimes that gets him in trouble. I love the way he moves, though. When it comes to Troy Fontanu, I can't say enough things about him. Yes, he's a little bit shorter than other 6'3", 317, but quick. He is fiery. He has the ability to punch. The thing that'll get him is he is somewhat over-aggressive at times, and it puts him in bad situations. But you never have to worry about who's starting the fight when it comes to Troy Fontanu. He is starting the fight every single time. I put down very technical from what I saw. I saw him spin on tape one time. I saw DN spin on him, and he spun with the defensive lineman just to get back in front of him. That takes some cojones to do that. Do you understand me? You don't put me out there and say, if he spin, you spin. That's never been my specialty, okay? That's a different type of athlete, man. But his tape shows he's not much of a leaner. He just gets in trouble because he's over-aggressive at times, and that's probably because of his size. They pull him left and right. He gets down the field, and he's very thorough. And anytime he's free, go look at his tape. He's looking to clean up a defensive tackle every single chance he gets. He is an aggressive guy. I had a friend of mine tell me, he's a Baltimore fan. He said, I'm hoping people don't see him because that's the type of tackle that Cincinnati needs. And I was like, yep, I could see a guy like Troy Fontanu going to the Cincinnati Bengals, especially with what they got going on with Orlando Brown's Jr. contract soon, trying to figure out what happens with him. I do think he'll need a little bit more time to grow and learn how to be a pro. But there's one thing that I was taught when I first came into the league as a rookie. If you can fight, they're going to find a way for you to stay on the field. And one thing about Troy Fontanu is he is going to fight every single play. His finish is good.
Would you keep him at tackle, or do you think you could see him maybe playing guard or tackle, or guard for a year, transitioning later?
I see him as a tackle.
Okay.
I just do. I'm going to say it again, it's probably a crutch of mine. He's athletic enough to play in the NFL at tackle.
That's not a crutch. That matters. I mean, that matters at tackle, obviously. That's not –
yeah.
I mean, that stuff absolutely matters.